in this video, we're gonna do a midsummer check-in, what's happening here on the farm, in the garden, in the orchard. Gonna show you what's working and what's not here at Blossom Barn Farm and Cidery.
We've got some silage plastic down for another planting, and we're not gonna quite make it to knee-high by the 4th of July. It's July 3rd, but the corn is up.
So we had an opportunity to buy these really large, mature blueberries, and they're doing okay. They're alive and they've greened up and they produce fruit, but because we planted them basically while they were flowering, all the fruit is not usable. And next year, hopefully we'll have a really good crop, but this year it barely fruited. And you can see all this windburn from traveling on the back of a truck across most of the state of Oregon. But these massive stems are going to be pretty amazing to have super productive blueberries in the days and the years ahead.
It's been a tremendous fruit year, and that has held true with our strawberries as well. We were able to pick about 13 gallons of strawberries, and about 8 of those have been juiced and have gone into our cider that we've served in the tasting room as our strawberry smoothie cider. This has been our most popular cider this spring. In order to cut down on the amount of work in the garden, we have covered sections of it with silage plastic that we get from the local dairy. And that's been successful. It's also been home to snakes, and that has cut down on the amount of weeding we've had to do. Using a hog panel and zip tying tomato cages or field fencing rolled has worked really well for trellising the tomatoes. We're able to pick tomatoes on July 4th. The trellising has also been really effective on the cucumbers. The cucumbers seem to climb up these cages that we put around it pretty effectively. They're fruiting. It's easy to get to the fruit. The potato towers are doing really well. The yellow crookneck has also been thriving, really probably more productive even than we can keep up with. But the big fail has been the zucchini. Even though it's been fruiting well, it has not stayed in the cage. So we didn't do a good job of containing that early. And now it's just climbing on the ground and in the way. The tomatillos, though, doing great, as are the eggplant and the bell peppers. The greens are doing really well. The collards and the kale. The kale's been a big hit in the tasting room in our crepes. The garlic is nearly all harvested now, and we've been able to keep some of the scapes in order to use in the tasting room in our crepes. We've been trying to keep up on all the orcharding as well, and one of the big things is just getting out all the weeds and then putting down a layer of wool. One of our neighbors who cuts our hay actually was really excited to see what we were doing with wool, and so he had stockpiled about 15 fleeces that he brought over, and so we're now using those in our orchard in order to keep the weeds down, and that has been just awesome. Unlike last year where we had a freeze late as the trees were in flower or the fruit was just forming, we're having a really successful fruit year. So our English variety like Oldfield and Green Horse are doing very well. Great, nice round fruit. The Martinsec is a French varietal and it looks more like a typical pear. And then these thorn varieties are another English varietal that's doing well. And a Romanian is our absolute favorite, big, tannic, productive pears. And the Barland are extremely productive, very small, and we're excited to get some more Hender Huffcap this year. For the first time, we're going to get a decent harvest off of that. So all in all, we're having a pretty successful fruit year. The big fail was the zucchini, but everything else this year is doing well, and a lot of that has to do with the tremendous spring weather that we are having here in the Applegate Valley. Cheers, everyone.